Head over to thebestsongever.com and purchase our new hit, Together Again. It is a cover of Smokey Mike and the God King. That's Jeremy Boring and Michael Knowles. And with your help, we will smash our way onto the Billboard charts. Here we are. This is the news. And Senate staffer caught filming gay sex tape in Senate hearing room graphic. The image is blurred heavily.
Thank God.
But it's not blurred all over.
The whole image, not just the whole image is blurred.
Yeah.
Not just not quite blurred enough.
So they know who this guy is now. His name is flying all over the place.
That wasn't everything flying all over the place.
Dude, the Daily Caller posted the video of it. Like that's hard.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere,
sadly,
dude.
on social media.
What was this guy?
This guy needs to get, like, I don't know, man, 20 years. Like we're talking about they want to lock up Enrique Tarrio. He wasn't even in D.C. on January 6th. And I'm like, this is a guy who probably broke so many laws. He's got to get locked up. It's not just him. It's two guys. And they're enjoying each other's company quite a great deal, if you know what I'm saying. I'm filming it in the Senate hearing room.
I'm not like bullish on lawfare and warfare through law, but like at some point you got to make a precedent. Don't do this kind of thing on the Senate hearing floor.
Guys, when I said 2024 was going to be crazy, I did not see this one coming. I thought it was going to be like a journalist gets woken up at 6 a.m. and
Did not see this one coming. You're just asking. You just got puns left and right tonight, man.
Did they set up a camera and then like go get in the middle of the room and get it on?
Like one of the guys I guess has everybody's getting mad at me because I'm on X and I'm like, is the guy you're naming the dude being filmed or the dude doing the deed?
Tim really cares about the details here. I just want to point that out here.
And I do care. So I did watch the video. I absolutely,
on slow motion, rewind,
trying to figure out
back and forth.
And not that much, Luke. You can calm down. I don't know what you were watching, but listen, I've seen videos of people brutally murdered. I have watched people die in front of me, and that's probably hyperbolic. I've watched people die a great distance away from me from a height. I don't want to make it seem like I was standing in front of a guy who died. I've been shot at. So when this news breaks that a Democrat staffer, there's two guys and they're going at it, and then I see a bunch of people saying this is the guy. I'm like, hold on. They said this guy filmed himself doing this thing, and I'm like, how do you know that's actually him?
It was an older guy too, right?
No, it's a young guy.
It was a younger guy?
Young guy. So here's the issue. So I half jokingly tweeted, but half seriously, I'm not going to say exactly what I said because it was graphic, but I responded to Greg. Was it Greg Price, I think? He said, here's the guy who did it. I said, is he the guy who's getting or the guy giving? And everyone's like, haha, I'm like, no, this matters because the dude doing the deed is wearing some kind of like head mounted camera, so you can't see his face. And the issue is, if they've gotten information through other means outside of the video that the guy filming, which they said this guy filmed himself doing it, that's implying the guys whose face you can't see is doing it, and the guy whose face you can't see is not him. That means there's another unidentified guy. And I'm like, the last thing I'm going to do is call a guy out on a show like this as having, enjoyed another man's company in a public building unless I know for sure that's the case.
But wait a second. So there's a couple interesting facts that you just laid out. So this person had a head-mounted camera deal?
I think that's what it was.
So then,
on a GoPro.
GoPro. So, I mean, likely not the first time this individual has done it, maybe in the building, but you have to have a special pass to get access to that part of the building, too. So it had to be another staffer of somebody.
Well, they could let him in.
A lot of people on social media are saying that this was the real insurrection that has happened.
I tweeted insurrection.
Insurrection's trending, I think, right now. Also,
and Schumer saying erection inside of the erection is trending as well.
I'm guessing these are not the first two men to, insert in the exit hole in any of the Capitol buildings, but they might be the first to film it.
Probably not even.
At least the first.
If you're filming it, you kind of want to get caught, right?
No, look. So I guess they were sharing it on various websites, like ha ha ha, and it's kind of insane. Look, guys, can I just jump the shark right now and say Civil War just because? Because I'm like, if we're at the point where staffers of the Senate care so little about this country, they treat our government buildings like porn sets. I just don't see anyone having enough confidence in this government to maintain it.
I don't think that necessarily sexual debauchery is enough to claim conflict, but because I was actually talking to Ashley Sinclair about it yesterday. She used to work down there, and she's like, it's just nonstop debauchery.
But you know what? I think that your philosophical angle is right here, Tim. What it shows is the lack of respect, the lack of concern, the lack of care, the overall clown show that it really is. There's no reverence. Right? I mean, it's the same thing with Jill Biden's Christmas video. There's no class. There's no reverence. It's just a clown show. It's just, let's just clown show this up. We don't care about the country. We don't respect the country. We don't revere the country. We don't revere these buildings. I typically would kind of stand where you are, Ian. And in fact, I would say even after my prison sentence, I'm even more for prison reform and justice reform. Empty the prisons at this point. But I understand where you're going philosophically. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if with the aftermath of this, we don't start to see more videos start to surface.
Yeah.
I have a different take. I kind of don't care with these guys screwing each other because the government screws us every single day, right? Seriously, you look at the surveillance, secret FBI, FISA bills that they just passed. You look at the NDAA. You look at the funding that they're probably going to be giving Israel and Ukraine very soon, as of course the average American is being fleeced and destroyed financially. I don't care what these two dudes did. This is not a place to be respected. This is a place that has been hijacked by sociopathic corporatists and globalists that are using it as a machine to screw over their American people. And you're the one getting family-friendly show here.
Yes, but that stuff's been going on. And the only reason these two guys are willing to do this is because they don't take our government seriously. Why? For every reason you just explained. These guys are like, oh, this government's a joke. They rip people off. They blow kids up. Nobody takes it seriously. Then they go off onto a Senate hearing floor and they...
No, they've just made a meme. Yeah. You've just made a meme. Put the guy who's facing away and you put the American taxpayer and then the person doing the...
Come on, Joe Biden.
Right now.
My team. You're watching. Get on it.
Get on it. That's it, though. But that really is...
Making a T-shirt on the bestpoliticalshirts.com.
That is a much more offensive thing. That is a much more offensive thing. Oh, you don't want FISA? Oh, you don't want funding for Ukraine? Well, we'll just go ahead and slip it into the NDAA and you're going to get it anyway.
I got to be honest. It's actually the most disgusting meme gift ever in that in a government building, Democrat staffers did this because now you can put any group. You can put FBI on the guy and the J6ers on the other guy.
There's a reason there's a sex position called the taxpayer, okay? All right? They were utilizing it.
You've just hit the infinity meme stone.
Seriously, the shirt's coming soon.
Meme-finity stone.
Yeah, you could put Joe Biden on one guy and U.S. economy on the other guy.
Oh, yeah. We're on it.
Don't post that shit on my timeline.
Here we go.
It's everywhere.
Here we go.
Please, man, because
make sure you tweet this at Eric July.
No,
now.
No, but I will.
You just set the wolves.
I know, right? Yeah,
man, it's gonna be
probably
crazy.
said the wrong thing. Now everybody's gonna go out of their way. I just set myself up on. No, but on a serious note, no, I think it's more so representative of like the institution, right? Like even when this whole J6 thing happened, I don't pretend like the Congress isn't like a band full of criminals, and I get it. We have this idealistic way of looking at government, and it's supposed to they're sacred, and their buildings are something that is supposed to be cherished and respected. But I don't see them that way. I haven't seen them that way for a very long time. But I think this is more, to your point, representative of the fact that it absolutely is a clown show. But I think people seeing it that way and taking it for what it actually is, I don't necessarily see that as a negative thing. I do believe that more people should look at the Senate or the House and Congress just in general with more contempt when you really truly understand the type of things it is that they are absolutely doing. So they 100% are a band full of criminals, which is why I'm not at all tripping off of
so
of
that. Is it like
and just really quick,
a good thing that people will see this then?
That's the way that I see it. I mean, if you look at it and you're like, look, this is a joke. This is a joke of an institution. It is. I would agree with you. It absolutely 100% is a joke of an institution. It's a place where people try to weaponize things, and the power it is that they have against their political enemies. It's not anything to be taken seriously like that at all. So yeah, while to your point, it's probably all sorts of weird stuff that does happen there day to day that we don't ever see. It probably is a bunch of debauchery and degeneracy in there anyway.
So first point, it was at Eric D. July, correct?
Yes.
Got it. Second point,
Clarify.
I just wanted to clarify for the record. Second point I wanted to make here, this is nothing new. Look at what they do at the Bohemian Grove. There's literal secret societies. There's literally a Brina Abramovich. There's literal parties and secret things that they do that we can't even mention here on this family-friendly broadcast. There's an island that they bring children to. So for me, Hunter Biden and this latest revelation is the least offensive thing that is happening in Washington, D.C.
What's worse, Jeffrey Toobin or these guys?
I mean, Toobin, Toobin has the meme magic with his name already in there, but I don't think you can even compare. The Epstein story, way bigger of a real issue that I think we should be outraged about. We should be showing videos of Bill Clinton getting on the Lolita Express. We should be showing Bill Gates and all these other individuals connected going to that private island. Yeah, that should be the big controversy.
Everyone in this room has done more jail time than any of Epstein's clients.
Exactly.
Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. Wait, hold on. Ian, have you ever been in jail?
Negative.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Eric, have you ever been in
Yeah.
Obviously, you were just there.
Yeah.
I was kind of making the joke like I was probably the only one, but it would still equate to it.
They got
the
me in there,
longest
too.
I've been in jail was
Attaboy.
like 14 hours or something. Luke, I know for sure. And then, Eric, so I think Ian's the only one here.
The gruesomely straight edge character.
Say
not-
Joe Biden lost the 2020 election.
Did he?
Just say it. We'll give you.
You're giving me a free pass.
Yeah, you can come. I'm saying you can join us. You can join us on the other side.
It's a rite of passage, Ian. It's a rite of passage.
Say
It'll be
Donald
good.
Trump won in 2020, and they're going to come get you. They know where you live, Tim. We know that.
I just went because they locked me up for skateboarding for overnight. Luke, I remember that. Where you were? You were in Europe or something?
There was
right?
8 times.
Yeah, you used a lot of
seven.
times.
Excuse me, 7 times.
haven't
But it
gone
was
that
all.
many damn
It was all
times.
it was all regarding my journalism.
I grew up really straight edge, follow the rules, follow order. Like my dad was in the fire department.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because-
my dad was in the fire department too.
And then but later I started to learn the appreciation of if evil laws are passed, like what the Nazis did, you kind of Thomas Jefferson would say, you kind of have a right to ignore those laws, or if the government becomes evil, you're supposed to be well, okay, law isn't everything. You
Actually,
need
the
good.
Constitution, if you read the Constitution, it says if the lawmakers get out of control, you actually have a duty to get them out of government. It's actually a duty in the Constitution if our government becomes corrupted that we have to do something about it.
But Ian, I've never been convicted of anything, but I got arrested while I was skateboarding. They gave me some bogus charge, and then I spent half a day in jail. You've never had anything where wow, look at that.
So not even detained back of a cop
No
car?
handcuffs?
Oh yeah,
ever?
one time my buddy had a joint in the car and he was driving, and the cops pulled us over
More than Epstein's clients.
a block away
You're
from
in the
my
club.
house.
He's in it. Yeah, he's in it.
But we got out of the car. We were only a block away from my house. Where do you live? I was like, right there. And they're like, okay, get out of here. I was just sleeping in the back seat. So.
Okay, let me to clarify. The extent of Ian's incarceration is a car and a friend with his car. A friend who was driving a car he was in was stopped briefly and he was let go, and that is more time served than any of Epstein's clients.
Hypothetically, yeah. I
No,
guess
literally.
There's no way to
Literally.
know. Some of those clients might have been dirty criminals, and we wouldn't know.
But for being, let's say this, it's more than any of them have served for the crime of being a client of Epstein.
Yes, because that would be zero. As
Right,
far as
because
we know.
yeah, exactly. Because maybe one of the clients beat a woman and got arrested later on. I'm not saying that.
You know what this story made me think of when the two dudes getting it on in the Senate is the power that one guy has to totally transform the public conversation now. One guy with a video camera can
Bang
20 or
another
30
guy and then everyone's
and that's
talking
it.
about it.
30 years ago, you had to go through NBC News. These videos couldn't even get out anywhere unless someone at a news organization was like, well, yes
this,
or no.
this guy would go to NBC and say, please air this tape on your show. They'd be like, no, we're not
And
doing
then
it.
they'd have to have Polaroids they'd go, or maybe they had a big handy cam that wouldn't fit on the guy's head, so they'd have to have a third guy taking the video.
So wait, are you saying that Joe Biden put him up to this to get all the negative press about Joe Biden out of the media?
Wow, that's an interesting concept. To kind of be like, hey, what Hunter is doing? Well, there's other people that also do this.
No, it's not just that. I got to be honest. If it came out, I'm not saying that this is true. I'm saying if the news came out that this guy was put up to it, I believe it. I'd be like, oh wow. Like they're like, oh, the Democratic administration knew a ton of press was coming about Hunter Biden. He divided a subpoena. Joe Biden was defending him, and all these hookers, $800 and something thousand now. I think the number is in prostitutes. Let's get a guy
That's
out there.
That's a lot of hookers.
It's crazy, right?
Well, one really lucky one.
I just saw the headline. It was or one really.
Well, we
lucky
know it's
one.
more than one. So.
Prostitutes are a big part of Washington, D.C. There's a New York Post story detailing how they're shipped into the Bohemian Grove, male prostitutes specifically. And there's also a very famous story from the Bush years where George W. Bush got caught sneaking in a gay porn star into the White House. That was another major saga and scandal that kind of got swept under the rug. So this is now what we're seeing finally happening, but happens all the time. It's only outrageous because we have video of it.
I think late stage empire, Roman Empire, they said part of a late stage empire is sexual debauchery.
Yeah. Yep. Did this video break because of Twitter? Or X?
I think the Daily Caller broke it.
The Daily Caller got the exclusive, but all of a sudden everyone's X timeline is just flooded.
That's where I saw it on X.
You can see it.
Yeah.
It's all, man,
the videos everywhere.
And it was not censored when it came across my timeline.
Bad, and I'm like trying to avoid it. I'm weaving through it, man. When I'm on. It's
like
no, now it's overload. Now it's overload.
I already know, man. I'm not even going to bother to try to look at my timeline now because I know it's going to be extremely
But that's why Twitter or X is so important, though. Not so you can watch this debauchery, but maybe if this is the kind of stuff they can censor and hide for the people they want to protect.
Yep. But
thank goodness Elon Musk is at least allowing, I would say, 95% free speech on his platform.
Yeah, I err on the side of allowing it, although it can like wreck your brain to see it. You think it should have been censored or at least blacked out in like a black box, like click here if you want to see it.
Like
I'm pretty sure they'll do that. I'm pretty sure they're going to do that because it just takes time for the algorithm to kick in and then catch this stuff. But my position has been if Elon Musk allows 13-year-olds on the platform, then all porn must be banned.
Oh, I agree. Porn should not be on X. It's everywhere.
Even this, even newsworthy videos of like this should not be allowed if there are young. It should be. I mean, YouTube does this, and sometimes they get it wrong, and that sucks. But I respect it. They will age lock a video, and then people complain, being like, "Why is my video being age restricted? Oh, it's not fair." And sometimes it's not fair. But the challenge is, how do you allow people to upload whatever they want while preventing people from uploading things that are illegal? So what YouTube does with the age restriction stuff is if someone posts this video of these staffers on YouTube, yeah, it should be age restricted. Now, here's the problem. Kids just lie. They just sign up and claim to be 18. We should not allow people to give these materials to kids. I'm sorry. It's just like you couldn't do it on TV. I don't understand how it became normal to be like, we were talking to I think I was talking to Stephen March, the guy who wrote the Civil War book, and he's like, oh, these kids can get it on the internet, so who cares? Just let them get these books in school anyway. And I'm like, they should not get it on the internet either.
Yeah, that's
but the mentality of many liberals is because of the internet, we should just give kids these books. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, I had a friend that would be like, if you're going to be late, dude, who cares? Just be as late as you're already late. Just be an hour late. I'm like, that's not how it works, dude. If I'm 5 minutes late, that's way less worse than being an hour late. It's same with porn on the internet, like as little as possible.
And I feel like that's like the bottom of the hill argument. Like, oh, they're going to find it anyway, so let's put it in the classroom. Like, what? Oh, you're gonna die anyway, so I'm just going to stab you now. It's just like, it doesn't even make any sense. But don't you think, I do think Twitter should do everything because YouTube, I don't think you can find any adult or pornographic content on YouTube.
Yeah, you can. You can.
You can?
It gets
so
worse.
It's not that good either?
There's a very similar video to the congressional video that's going viral right now on social media that's up on YouTube that YouTube is standing behind and argued that it is, what was it, artistic work, but it's family-friendly show here.
I thought that was the Twitch platform.
It was a dude guessing what's being...
there's ways around that.
Yeah, no.
I would say they have to.
How do I even describe this? I don't want to get the show in trouble.
With your eyes, just look at the camera and they'll know.
See, I like that. I think that's a fair argument. I forget who it might have even come across in a courtroom. Is they were debating, what's pornography or what's like artistic content, and someone said, when I see it, I know.
The judge said you know it when you see it.
Yeah, and I think, it's a little open-ended, but I would say if the same effort they put into Twitter banning conservatives or banning Alex Jones or myself or others, if they put that same effort into stopping the pornographic content, I would think they could at least limit it.
I had on Wednesday, they use AI now, and I interviewed Dickie Barrett. The video got demonetized, right? I was like, what? We didn't even say it because his name was Dickie.
Of course it is.
And so
Mighty Boston's guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I went to the monetization. I was like, well, I request a human review, and they immediately overturned it. They were like, yeah, it's fine. But the word "dicky" caught the AI's attention because we're.
Oh wow!
So it's a little heavy-handed, but it's better than I guess no moderation.
Well, so like the issue is when they use it for political censorship, not cool. But if someone's trying to put up videos of these staffers, doing a deed, we don't want kids finding that stuff. So there's got to be some way to deal with this. I'm sorry, I don't know. And there's a lot of people. The more libertarians don't like it, they're like, "Oh, Tim's for censorship, and this is going to lead to a whole bunch of problems." I'm like, bro. I don't believe that because a technology got invented, we all of a sudden throw out the rules where we're like, kids aren't allowed to you can't solicit adult materials to children. Like, you can't do it. Just because the internet got invented doesn't mean you can do it now.
So how do you find the balance? Because when I was watching, when the video popped up on my timeline, I mean, you can't really see much. I mean, if you're an adult, you know what you're looking at. And I obviously wouldn't like that to
you
be.
Can see everything.
I wouldn't want my kids to see. Well, see, I must not have seen the whole video. I mean, I didn't watch it. I saw it and I was like, oh, okay.
Dude,
I don't know what
the
that
dude
is.
filming is like looking around and. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't go that deep into it. No pun intended. No pun intended.
I watched it for the people.
For the team,
so that I could report back.
But
and
it is
would not
newsworthy, though. I mean, that's the thing. Like, that is a news story, and you were doing. I mean, you're doing show prep.
I got to be honest, man. Like, I've watched videos of people being shot and murdered and killed. I watched a video of a guy getting struck by lightning twice. Phil Labonte posted that. I've watched videos of people being hit by trains. Like, if I'm gonna try and understand what's going on and there's a news story and it's relevant, I'm watching the video.
But did you watch it on Twitter?
The video?
Yeah.
I think I watched it on the Daily Caller.
Okay, because I'm saying, how are you going to watch? That's tough because I feel like. Maybe you kind of just let it go for a little period of time just so people can see it. And then you say, okay, we got to make sure this doesn't go up because it is a newsworthy story. And I mean, people want to know that this is what your people in government are doing.
Yeah, but I see what your point. Like, if it happens again tomorrow, is that one newsworthy too? Do we need to look at that one as well? And then the day after, are we supposed to look at that one too? And like, what are we looking at now?
People are making tons of memes of this video.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think the answer that what they're looking at is AI. They're going to use artificial intelligence to try and preempt it and censor it before it gets out. But the problem with that is like, then are elbows too sexual? Like, where does the line get drawn? Is with whoever's in power writing the code of the AI. Is someone showing someone neck skin? Is that too sexual? Cleavage, a round butt with pants on, like
Cankles?
Yeah, exactly. How low
that
will
what
you
does
go?
it for you?
Well, I think one of the issues is that when it comes to this level of censorship, the issue is always if X is allowed, then Y must be allowed too. Instead of if X is allowed, have we considered it should not be? For example, like right now, there's this big thing where people will they'll print out male nipples. Women will print out a picture of male nipples and then stick them to their nipples and then post a topless photo and be like, male nipples are allowed on Instagram, but females aren't. So we're just showing male nipples. And you can't really tell them. They're like, aha. The argument they're making is, well, then it should be allowed for all women to go completely topless on social media instead of being like, okay, dudes got to wear shirts too.
See, but now we're getting into this level of we're just not behaving like adults, right? I mean, there needs to be some level of an adult conversation here. It's like, yeah, we know what you're doing. That's funny. You're not going to do it. Not like, right. Oh, I found the loophole. Give me a break.
What do you guys think about the Free the Nipple campaign? Are you familiar with it?
Is that when the ladies run around naked and everything?
Basically topless in New York City. And because it used to be the guys had to wear shirts in public until like the 1920s.
Guys got to wear shirts.
They had to get the right legally to be able to go topless in public. And now it's totally normalized.
Instead of saying women should be able to be topless too, how about we go, see, this is what I'm talking about. Women are saying men can not wear shirts, therefore women should be allowed to do it as well. How about we do the inverse and say women aren't allowed to wear aren't allowed to be topless, then men shouldn't be allowed either. Why not say, no, okay, everybody got to wear a shirt, nobody topless anymore? How come it always goes in the one direction of closer and closer to debauchery?
Well, I think it's obvious why women can't walk around topless and men can. I mean,
yeah, there'll be car accidents.
Yeah, all the time. That's what I'm saying. See, but that's what this is like. We're all adults here.
I wouldn't be able to get anything done.
We're all adults here. We know why women and the mammary gland is a little more distracting than the male chesticles, and so I don't think that this is just. But it gets into petty stuff. It's like, oh well, if the man can do it, then why can't the woman? You know why the woman can't. It's a different body. It's a different body part. It's a different sexual arousal.
Yeah, we're more than just brains. Humans are more than just brains. We can't just logic our way through everything. But
in most states, it is legal for women to be topless.
I mean, I would say as a very heterosexual man, the concept of women walking around topless sounds great, but then you see these monsters, you see these whales that are engaging in the Free the Nipple campaign. Shut it down.
So what happens in New York is
Yes, I'm discriminating. Yes.
There are morbidly obese women who do it, and police officers are like, "Ma'am, you need to cover up," and they go, "No, I don't." And then when they get cited or charged, the women sue the city and instantly win.
Really?
Yeah.
They win.
Of course, of course. It is sex-based discrimination to say that women can't be topless if a man can. And so my argument is, no. It's real simple. Just tell the guys they got to wear shirts too.
But also
Problem
like
solved.
bikini bottoms, like those really, really like G-string bathing suit bottoms. Like it doesn't, you don't
Yeah,
have
the
to just see
Brazilian-
the butt.
Brazilian bikini.
It leaves nothing to the imagination. It's just like they're basically walking around naked. Come on.
Yeah, but because there's a piece of thread in the butt.
Oh,
crack,
dude, it's not even that.
fine.
Now they
Like,
have.
I don't get.
Now they have these like pieces of plastic that are moldable that women just click. Like, you know what I mean? There's not even straps, and it's just like, okay, we get it. The future is going to be people put duct tape on their junk, and that's it. And then,
I guess
I duct tape on it.
Nudity is different than sex. That's for sure. Like nudity is a very different.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.